Another thing maybe I forgot to mention is shopping around to get like a bank when I got my pre-approval. The variety in banks, like, okay, this they'll take 20% down, this bank will take 10. So I found a credit union that would give me, I ended up paying like 9.5% for a down payment to
Wow.
kind of get me in the game.
Yeah.
With a super competitive interest rate. Going bank to bank was helpful just to know, like, all right, these are kind of what I'm working with, and just pick the best one because that's what I could kind of work with. And I thought I got a price that I could afford and got an interest rate that I could work with, and kind of go
Mhm.
from there.
Yeah, man. Well, that's the couple good points in there. I think some people think that a loan from a bank is just like, it is what it is. I'm doing a bad job explaining this, but like a franchise model. You go to Subway, you get a sandwich. You go to a different Subway on the other part of the country, you get the same sandwich. I think people
Yeah.
think loans are like that. But to your point, the more people you call, like, there's a lot of different loan products that have, I mean, there could be a big delta between one bank and another in terms of total down payment, maybe how long the arms can be. There's a lot of different things. So I definitely encourage people to shop around, to your point. Because I mean, to go from 20% down or 25% down versus closer to 10% down, I mean, that's a whole different property that you could
Oh, for
potentially
sure.
afford.
Yeah. I mean, in mine, we were talking about putting like close to 20,000 down versus 40,000 down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I needed a buffer. I needed some money because as soon as you buy the land, like, there's a lot of things you're going to want to do with it.
Yeah.
And if you can't even afford the gas to get there, well,
Right. Won't do any good. Yeah.
yeah,
I was going to ask this too. So your summer jobs, was that the land fund? So like when you did odd jobs throughout the summer, when you weren't teaching, was that
yeah,
your strategy for building up a down payment?
yeah. I guess not only the land fund, but like the skill set. Like, I did roofing for a summer. I did concrete, like poured walls for a summer, tiling, like all these different skills. Like, it started kind of in college. I just started like helping out my landlord just fix up these like crappy college houses. So it didn't really matter how good my miters were when I was putting trim on, and
Yeah.
like all this stuff, like just kind of learned like little by little. And that led me to, I did some tree work for 2 summers and just kind of like learn the ins and outs, like watching this guy climb trees and like being able to do the groundwork and just kind of like learning tree identification in
Mm-hmm.
that summer. Like, all these skills translate so well to not have to be so reliant on so many people to get what you need, but also to like to be able to ask the right questions. So now I'm like in conversations with like a forester and in conversations with some people that are to try to like get some big equipment out there. And without those like little odd jobs, it would have been tough to know the lingo. And some of these big burly guys that drive excavators around for a living, like, they're not the easiest to talk to sometimes, like, but knowing just kind of when to call and what to say and kind of have a picture of it in your head
Yeah.
helps for sure.
That's half the battle of knowing what question. I feel in anything, knowing the questions to ask is literally half the battle. So you end up buying the farm. You worked your butt off, saved up the money, ended up finding a parcel, shopped around for banks, then you bought it. What was I mean, how awesome was that? Were you this extremely excited and couldn't wait to go visit and hang out at the new place?
They're set up with the title company. I was like, oh, this is going to be no sweat. I'm going to go out to the city that's right by where the land is. I'm going to sign the title over, and I'm going to be in the tree stand within a couple hours. And like 2 days before, they're like, your wife needs to sign as well. I was like, oh yeah, she can sign electronically, no big deal. Like, we went through COVID, like, we now figured out how to do everything electronically.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, not here. Like, your wife needs to come here.
Ink on the
And I
deed.
was, yeah. So I was like, hey, can you get off of work on this day to be able to come sign the title? And she's like, no. And I was like, oh. So then I talked to the bank and I was like, is there anything we can do? And they're like, no, we got to move the date. We're going to push it back a month. And I was like,
Are
no,
you
no,
serious?
we're 2 days from signing. Like, this needs to happen. So I somehow convinced my wife and bought her a lot of coffee to be able to drive out early in the morning. So she signed early in the morning. I
Uh-huh.
dropped our daughter off at school, and I got to go out there and sign. And once I got there, got all signed up, and then we were good to go. And I was already owing my wife a couple things because of that. for the land, but worked out.
That's a good lesson for someone to hear. Yeah. Cause I think everyone is conditioned that you can't just do everything electronically. You can do just about everything electronically, but typically you have to have an ink signature on a lot of those documents, or sign them with a notary and then have them fax or overnight them, or probably overnight them to the title company. But so yeah, after that fiasco, did you go out? Did you hunt that evening?
Yeah, but like to go back, like they let me pick where I could like bring the title and sign it. Like I picked there on purpose because I selfishly wanted to be there and then get right into the land. But I probably could have picked somewhere like right by my house that I could have just signed and then drove there.
Yeah.
Like, because the bank that I was dealing with wasn't local either. Because like I said, I was like shopping around, found one like from my hometown that was cheaper. Could have done it that way, but yeah. Then I was like in town, ready to go, and I wanted to just rip through like 10 tanks of gas in the chainsaw and just like get after it. But it was also like the second week of the season. So we're in the bow season now because of the closing date and everything. So I was like, oh, I don't want to go too crazy. Like I kind of want to hunt and I want to talk to the neighbors. I want to meet them. So the first night got out there and was just like, all right, I'm just gonna hunt. But I actually called the landowner, like the seller, and just talked to him for a while and like kind of got some ideas from him. And he had a lot to teach me, like, because he had owned the land for a couple years.
I hope you guys enjoyed this. My name is Jake Hofer, and I'm a real estate agent out of the state of Illinois, and it's my goal to help 100 people buy their first farm. Been doing that with the Land Podcast and clips like this every single Thursday and Saturday that are released here on the channel. And to be one of those 100 people, all you have to do is, if you're in the state of Illinois and I can help you, I'd be happy to do so. Number two, if you want to get connected with someone that can help you, reach out and I'll be happy to get you in contact with an agent that I would personally do business with. And the last one is, if you just simply learn something from the content we're putting out, or you get inspired to take action, I want to know, get you out of that spreadsheet. I'm on a mission to help 100 people. Until next time, see ya.